Welcome back to StarLordJames Tech Tip Thursdays. This is number 3. We're going to be talking a little bit about layers and an extra layer tool that might help you. I get asked some questions inside of a class, usually, or somebody just says, how do I know what's on what layer? Well, there is a tool for this that's actually in there already, and then it actually could do some little extra things that are kind of cool. So I'm going to show you that in a minute, but let's talk about what the command is. This command is called LayerWalk. You may have seen it. You've probably passed by it for many, many years and just never bothered to investigate. It's the one with the 2 little feet on it, or shoes, whichever you want to call it. Basically what it does is it'll open up a dialog box that looks similar to this one. It'll list all the layers that are in there, and by default it highlights them all at the beginning. And then what you can do is you can either filter by typing in a name or a letter or whatever you want, like up here where I want to find all the layers with the H's. And then you can invert the filter or whatever. If there are any layers here that don't have any objects on them, they have a purge option. So right now I'm highlighting this furniture, and I'll show you in a minute. There will be other ones that will allow you to purge. And then depending on how many layers you want to show, if you just hold down the shift key, you can select multiple layers, and then you can say uncheck this here, and then it'll show whatever way that you have displayed with the layers that you have on, or you can just say restore at exit, meaning that it will just restore it to the way that it was in the beginning. So let's have a quick look at this. So inside of AutoCAD, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to the layers panel, and here is the little layer walk. You can also type in LayerWalk. So right now it's showing all the little buttons here. I'm just going to make this a little big. This file only has 18 layers, so that's fine. Right now you'll see that it has an option for purge, but if I right click and say Select Unreferenced, so all of these ones right here don't have any objects currently assigned to them. So I can say purge them and it will get rid of them. Then I can come back up here and I can basically go back through this list and see all the layers that are there. Now maybe if I only want the let's say the walls and the doors, and then I can leave that right here to say restore on exit, so unchecked, and then if I say OK, it's just going to say, hey, you've unchecked that box, are you sure you want to do this? And I'll say yeah, okay. If I had not done that, let me just undo that real quick and go back to LayerWalk here. So let's go ahead and purge out the ones we don't need, and then if I were to select the same 2 again, so just holding the shift key, it will do them, or you can hold the control key to select differently, just like Windows. But if I do restore on exit and hit this guy, it will go back to the way that it was originally. Let's try one more thing on here, just so you guys can see what this does. But let's just say I want to come into the layer walk again, and I can use the star or asterisk, and let's say I want to put W star, and then I'll hit enter. So now it'll show me anything with the W in it on both sides, and I can use this little filter here. Another option that they have, let me just undo the ones that I purged, is right-click options. So if you click on LayerWalk and you're in this little panel, if you right-click on it, you have some other options like hold selection or select all, clear all, because you could have hundreds of layers. We all know we've had tons of layers, right? You can save a state in here, which is pretty awesome. Select Unreferenced. This just means that any layer that does not have an object that can be purged. So if you do that, then it'll allow you to purge. I don't know why they just don't say purge layer there, but that's what it is. You can do invert selection, and then let's just say, I don't know, maybe I'll do the walls, right click, and we'll say inspect, and it just tells me, in the layer, this is number 18, layer selected 1, and then total entities on this layer are 275. The only things that I wish that it would do is I wish you would be allowed to zoom in and out. Doesn't allow you to do that, sorry. So you do need to be zoomed out as far as you want to view. And there was one more item on my wish list. The filter lists. It'd be nice if you could pull the filter list from the layer manager itself, but you can't at this time. I'm talking about these guys. If you haven't used those, that's another quick tool that I'll teach you at some time. This does work on Civil 3D drawings. Just remember, you do have Civil 3D objects, so things work just a little differently. So if I come in here and go to the layer walk, here again I have all of the files that are here, but let's go to Select Unreferenced. So all of these don't have any objects currently on them. And if I hit Purge, will it let me purge them out? Yes, it does. Don't worry about when things disappear. You're not deleting your objects. It's just not selecting the ones that you want to view over here. So I know some of you are probably panicking because you see everything like disappearing every time I purge the layers. It looks like I'm purging the whole thing. But you could walk through the whole list and see what different things. Here's one that is always a problem, corridors, when you're trying to find the link layer, what's on that link layer. But like I said, I wish you could zoom in and out to these things. They do have a selection tool as well, so you can just select the object and just see what objects or what layers are in that object. So that's another nice add-on as well. Well, I hope you have found this pretty nice tool to use. If you want to learn more about the wildcards, like what I use the asterisks, there's some more information here. You can just email me for the PDF. Hopefully you learned something. If you want more, just let me know. If you have any other ideas or questions, you can either email me or you can just comment in whatever place that this is posted. Could be YouTube, could be LinkedIn. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get all these videos right away. LinkedIn, I usually try and post them as well. And then if you want to get all this plus a whole bunch more, if you sign up for the Infrastructure Universe, you will get a monthly email with all of this plus a ton of other people's information that we find all over the place. That is good training videos. All right, well, I will see you next time.